Bandeham Shri Guru Shiyata Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Scha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivashikam Vitam Scha Om Jnana Timarandasya Gyanachana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhistam Supurakam Guraganarasi Shasambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipunam Shri Rupa Patanagam Abhidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwagurun Cha Divyad Bhagavad Prem Noe Bija Pranam Devam Divyatanum Suchanda Varanam Balarka Shailanshitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyambudim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Varam Bandetam Shubharam Mareka Sharanam Nyashishvara Shidaram Vanshikopatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. We're reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Madhya-lila chapter 20. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructs Sanatan Goswami in the science of the absolute truth. Bande Nantadbhutaishvaryam Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhum Nichopiyat Prasadat Shad Bhakti Shastra Pravartaka. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has unlimited wonderful opulences. By his mercy, even a person born as the lowest of men can spread the science of devotional service. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaurabhakta Vrinda. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Sri Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Sri Advaita Acharya, and all glories to all the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Eta Gode Sanatana Ache Bandishale Shri Rupa Goswami Patri Ailahena Kale. When Sanatan Goswami was imprisoned in Bengal, a letter arrived from Srila Rupa Goswami. Patripaya Sanatana Anandita Hoila Javana Rakaka Pasha Kohite Lagila. When Sanatan Goswami received this note from Rupa Goswami, became very pleased. He immediately went to the jail superintendent, who was a Muslim, and spoke as follows. So the letter that Sanatan Goswami sent was, Yarupate Kwa Gata Mathura Puri, Raghupate Kwa Gotatara Koshala, Iti Vichintya Kurushva Manastiram Nasad idam jagad iti avadaraya. Where has the Mathura Puri of Yarupati gone? Where has the northern Koshala of Raghupati gone? By reflection, make the mind steady, thinking this universe is not eternal. Patripaya Sanatana Nandita Hoila Javana Rakaka Pasha Kohite Lagila. I'm repeating this. When Sanatan Goswami received this note from Rupa Goswami, became very pleased. He immediately went to the jail superintendent, who was a Muslim, and spoke as follows. Tumiek Jinda Pira Mahabhagyavan Ketava Korana Shastre Ache Tomaragyan. Sanatan Goswami told the Muslim jailkeeper, Dear sir, you are a saintly person and are very fortunate. You have full knowledge of the revealed scriptures, such as the Quran and similar books. Ekbandi Chade Jadi Nijadharma Dekya samsara hoite tare mukta korana goshaya. If one releases a conditioned soul or imprisoned person according to religious principles, he himself is also released from material bondage by the Lord. Purveami tomar koriache upakar tumiyama chadikora pratyu pakara. Sanatana Goswami continued, previously I have done much for you. Now I am in difficulty. Please return my goodwill by releasing me. Pancha sahasra mudra tumi kora angikar punya arta dui lava hoibe tomar. Here are 5,000 gold coins. Please accept them. By releasing me, you will receive the results of pious activities and gain material profit as well. Thus you will profit in two ways simultaneously. Tabe Shri Javana Kohe Shuna Mahashai Tomare Chariba Kintu Kore Rajabai. In this way, Sanatana Goswami convinced the jailkeeper, who replied, please hear me, my dear sir. I'm willing to release you, but I'm afraid of the government. I'm afraid of the Muslim king. Sanatana kohe tumina kora rajabai takina giache jadi luti aujai tahare kohiyase bhagya kritya gela gangara nikata ganga deki japadila. Sanatana replied, there is no danger. The Nawab has gone to the south. If he returns, tell him that Sanatan went to pass stool near the bank of the Ganges, and that as soon as he saw the Ganges, he jumped in. Aneka dekila tara lagna paila daruka sahita dube kahan mahigela. Tell him I looked for him for a long time, but I could not find any trace of him. He jumped in with his shackles, and therefore he was drowned and washed away by the waves. Kichubai nahi ami edeshina rab darabesha hoya ami makake jaiba. There is no reason for you to be afraid, for I shall not remain in this country. I shall become a mendicant and go to the holy city of Mecca. Tahapi javanaman prasanana dekila shatahan charamudra tara age rashi koila. Tatapi javanaman prasanana dekila shata hajara mudra tara age rashi koila. Sanatana Goswami could see the mind of the Muslim was still not satisfied. He then stacked 7,000 gold coins before him. Loba hoila javanera mudra dekiya ratre ganga parakoila daruka katiya. When the Muslim saw the coins, he was attracted to them. He then agreed, and that night he cut Sanatan's shackles and let him cross the Ganges. Garadwara pataj hadila naretahan jaite ratredin shaliaila patada parbate. In this way, Sanatana Goswami was released. However, he was not able to walk along the path of the fortress. Walking day and night, he finally arrived at the hilly tract of land known as Patada. Tata ek bomika hoy tara tide gela parvata para kora ama binati korila. After reaching Patada, he met a landholder and submissively requested him to get him across that hilly tract of land. Se bunara sange hoy hata ganita bunara kohe kahe se jani ekata. A man who was expert in palmistry was at that time staying with the landlord. Knowing about Sanatan, he whispered the following in the landlord's ears. He whispered the following in the landlord's ear. Iharatai suvarnera ashta mohara hoy shunyanandita buna sanatane koi. The palmist said, this man Sanatan possesses 8 gold coins. Hearing this, the landlord was very pleased and spoke the following to Sanatan Goswami. Ratriye Parvata Para Koriba Nijagaloka Diya Bojana Koraha Tumi Randana Korea. The landlord said, I shall get you across the hilly tract at night with my own men. Now just cook for yourself and take your lunch. Itaboliana Dila Korea Saman Sanatana Shetabi Koila Nadi Snan. Saying this, the landlord offered Sanatan grain to cook. Sanatan then went to the riverside and took his bath. Dui Upavase Koila Randana Bojane Rajamantri Sanatana Vichari Lamane. Because Sanatan had been fasting for 2 days, he cooked the food and ate it. However, having formerly been a minister of the Nawab, he began to consider the situation. E bunya keni more samana korila, eta chinti Sanatana ishane puchila. As a former minister for the Nawab, Sanatan could certainly understand diplomacy. He therefore thought, why is the landlord offering me such respect, thinking in his servant, whose name was Ishan. Tomaratai jani kichu dravya achai, Ishan kohe moratai shata moharahoi. Sanatan asked his servant, Ishan, I think you have some valuable things with you. Ishan replied, yes, I have 7 gold coins. Shuni Sanatana tare korila barsan, sangekene Anijacha e kalajam. Hearing this, Sanatan Goswami chastised his servant, saying, why have you brought this death nail with you? Tabise shata mohara hasteti korea bunyara kache jana kohe mohara doria. Thereupon Sanatan Goswami took the 7 gold coins in his hands and went to the landlord. Holding the gold coins before him, he spoke as follows. Eshata Suvarna Mohar Achila Amar Ihalaya Dharmadeki Parvata Korapar. I have these 7 gold coins with me. Please accept them. And from a religious point of view, please get me across the hilly tract of land. Rajabandiyami Gadadwara Jaitina Pari Punyahabe Parvatama Deho Parakori. I'm a prisoner of the government, and I cannot go along the way of the ramparts. It will be very pious of you to take this money and kindly get me across this hilly tract of land. So Sanatan Goswami says that being a prisoner of the government, he can't travel. He can't travel in the normal way, by the normal path, because he'll be seen. So he says, I'm a prisoner of the government, and I cannot go along the way of the ramparts. It will be very pious of you to take the money and kindly get me across this hilly tract of land. Bunya hasi kohe ami janiachi pohile ashtamohara hoy tomara sevaka anchale. Smiling, the landlord said, before you offered them, I already knew that there were 8 gold coins in your servant's. Tomam mari mohara loitama ajikara ratriye baluhoila kohila tumi chuntilana papa hoite. On this very night, it would have killed you and taken your coins. It is very good that you have voluntarily offered them to me. I am now relieved from such a sinful activity. Santushta hoilana ami moharana loiba punyalagi parvata toma parakore diba. I'm very satisfied with your behavior. I shall not accept these gold coins, but I shall get you across that hilly tract of land simply to perform a pious activity. He's going to kill Sanatan Goswami, but he told him, just keep your coins, I'll get you across. Under those circumstances, it would make one very hesitant to keep the coins. Sanatan Goswami has already offered the coins, and he will give them to the landlord. Certainly, Sanatan's not going to keep them because he already told his servant they were a death knell. Gosai kohe keho dravya loibe amamari amara prana raka kora dravya angikori. Sanatana Goswami replied, if you do not accept these coins, someone else will kill me for them. It is better that you save me from the danger by accepting the coins. Tabe bunya gosaira sange chare paikadila ratriye banapate parbata parahoy koila. After this statement was made, the landlord gave Sanatana Goswami 4 watchmen to accompany him. They went through the forest path for the whole night and thus brought him over the hilly tract of land. Tabe parahoya gosai puchila ishane jani sesha dravya kichu acheto mastane. After crossing the hills, Sanatana Goswami told his servant, Ishan, I think you still have some balance left from the gold coins. Ishan kohe ek mohara ache avasesh Gosai kohe mohara loya jahat tumidesh. Isham replied, I still have 1 gold coin in my possession. Sanatana Goswami then said, take the coin and return to your home. Tarividai diya gosai chalila ekala hate karonya chinda kata nirbaya hoila. After departing from Ishan, Sanatana Goswami began traveling alone with a water pot in his hand. Simply covered with a torn quilt, he thus lost all his anxiety. Chali chali gosai tabe aila hajipure sandhya kale basila ek ujjana bitare. Walking and walking, Sanatana Goswami finally arrived at a place called Hajipur. That evening he sat down within a garden. Se Hajipure rohe Shrikanta taranam Gosaira Bhagini Pati Kore Rajakam. In Hajipur there was a Srikanta who happened to be the husband of Sanatana Goswami's sister. Srikanta, he was married to Sanatana Goswami's sister. He was engaged there in government service, in Srikanta. Oh, no, Srikanta is the name of the person in Hajipur. In Hajipur, there was a gentleman named Srikanta who happened to be the husband of Sanatana Goswami's sister. He was engaged there in government service. Tina Lakamudra Raja Diache Tarastane Godamuya Loya Bhataya Patsarastane. Srikanta had 300,000 gold coins with him, which had been given to him by the emperor for the purchase of horses. Thus Srikanta was buying horses and dispatching them to the emperor. Tungi uparavasi se gosaire dekila ratriye ekjana sange gosai pasha aila. When Srikanta was sitting in an elevated place, he could see Sanatana Goswami. That night he took a servant and went to see Sanatana Goswami. Duijan militata istagoste koila bandana mokana kata gosai sakale kohila. When they met, they had many conversations. Sanatana Goswami told him in detail about his arrest and release. Tehokohe dina dui raha estane badrahau chadae malina basane. Srikanta told Sanatana Goswami, stay here for at least 2 days and dress up like a gentleman. Abandon these dirty garments. Gosai kohe ek kana iha na rahiba ganga para kore deho ekane chaliba. Sanatana Goswami replied, I shall not stay here even for a moment. Please help me cross the Ganges. I shall leave immediately. Jatna kore teho ek bota kambala dila ganga para kore dila gosai chalila. With great care, Srikant gave him a wooden blanket and helped him cross the Ganges. Thus Sanatana Goswami departed again. Tabe Varanashi Gosai Aila Katadine Shunyanandita Hoila Prabhura Agamane. After a few days, Sanatana Goswami arrived at Varanashi. He was very pleased to hear about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival there. Chandrasekhare Gare Ashi Dwarate Basila Mahaprabhu Jani Chandrasekhare Chandrasekhare Kohila Chandrasekhare Gariyashi Dwarate Basila Mahaprabhu Jani Chandrasekhare Kohila. Sanatana Goswami then went to the house of Chandrasekhar and sat down by the door. Understanding what was happening, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke to Chandrasekhar. Dware Vaishnava hoy Bolahatahare Chandrasekhara Deke Vaishnavam Nahika Dware. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, there is a Vaishnava at your door. Please call him in. Going outside, Chandrasekhar could not see a Vaishnava at his door. Dwarate Vaishnava Nahe Prabhure Kohila Keho Hoy Kore Prabhu Tahare Puchila. When Chandrasekhar informed the Lord there was no Vaishnava, when Chandrasekhar informed the Lord that no Vaishnava was at his door, the Lord asked him, is there anyone at all at your door? Deho kohe ek darabesh ache dware tare ana prabhura bhakye kohila tahare. Chandrasekhar replied, there is a Muslim mendicant. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately said, please bring him here. Chandrasekhar then spoke to Sanatan Goswami, who was still sitting beside the door. Prabhu Tomai Bolaya Aisha Darabesh Shunyanande Sanatana Korila Pravesh. O Muslim mendicant, please come in. The Lord is calling you. Sanatan Goswami was very pleased to hear this order, and he entered Chandrasekhar's house. Tahare Anganedeki Prabhu Dana Aila Tare Alingana Kore Primavista Hoila. As soon as Mahaprabhu saw Sanatan Goswami in the courtyard, he immediately went up to him with great haste. After embracing him, the Lord was overwhelmed with ecstatic love. Prabhu Sparshe Primavista Hoila Sanatana Morana Chunya Kohe Gadgarabachana. As soon as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu touched Sanatan Goswami, Sanatan was also overwhelmed with ecstatic love. In a faltering voice, he said, my Lord, oh my Lord, do not touch me. Duijane Galagale Rodana Apar Deki Chandrasekhar Hoila Chamatkar. Shoulder to shoulder, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sanatana Goswami began to cry unlimitedly. Chandrasekhar was very much astonished to see this. Tabe Prabhu Tara Hata Dare Loyagela Pindaru Pare Apana Pashe Mashaila. Catching his hand, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took Sanatana Goswami inside and made him sit on an elevated place next to him. Sri Haste Korana Tara Anga Samarjan Tehoko He Mora Prabhu Na Kora Sparshan. When Mahaprabhu began cleansing Sanatana Goswami's body with his own transcendental hands, Sanatana Goswami said, oh my Lord, please do not touch me. Prabhu Kohe Thomas Sparshi Atma Pavitre Prabhu Kohe Thomas Sparshi Atma Pavitrite Bhakti Bole Paratumi Brahmanda Shodite. The Lord replied, I'm touching you just to purify myself, because by the force of your devotional service you can purify the whole universe. Bhagavad Vida Bhagavatas Tirtha Bhuta Swayam Prabhu Tirti Korvanti Tirtani Svantastena Garabhita. Saints of your caliber are themselves places of pilgrimage because of their purity. They're constant companions of the Lord, and therefore they can purify even the places of pilgrimage. This verse was spoken by Maharaj Yudhishthira to Vidur in Srimad Bhagavatam. Name Bhaktas Chaturvedi Mad Bhaktas Svapacha Priya Tasmai Deyam Tatograyam Satcha Pujo Yata Yaham. Lord Krishna said, even though a person is a very learned scholar of the Sanskrit Vedic literatures, he is not accepted as my devotee unless he is pure in devotional service. However, even though a person is born in a family of dog eaters, he is very dear to me if he is a pure devotee who has no motive to enjoy fruitive activity or mental speculation. Indeed, all respect should be given to him, and whatever he offers should be accepted. Such devotees are as worshipable as I am. Viprad Vishad Guna Yutad Aravinda Naba Padaravinda Vimukad Swapacham Varishtam Manyetad Arpita Mano Vachene Hitarta Pranam Bhunati Sakulam Natu Burimana. One may be born in a Brahmin family and have all 12 Brahminical qualities, but if he is not devoted to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, who has a navel shaped like a lotus, he is not as good as a Chandala, who has dedicated his mind, words, activities, wealth, and life to the service of the Lord. Simply to take birth in a Brahmin family or to have Brahminical qualities is not sufficient. One must become a pure devotee of the Lord. If a Svapacha or Chandala is a devotee, he delivers not only himself but his whole family. Whereas a Brahmin who is not a devotee but simply has Brahminical qualifications cannot even purify himself, what to speak of his family. So here Mahaprabhu is citing from the Srimad Bhagavatam, this is spoken by Prahlad Maharaj. And even if a person is born in a low family, a family that eats dogs, still if that person's a pure devotee, he's superior than even a so-called pious and cultured Brahmin who's not a devotee. Toma deki, toma sparshi, gai, toma ragun, sarvendriya phala e shastra nirupan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, by seeing you, by touching you, and by glorifying your transcendental qualities, one can perfect the purpose of all sense activity. This is the verdict of the revealed scriptures. Akshno phalam tvadrisha darshanam hi tano phalam tvadrisha gatra sangha jiva phalam tvadrisha kirtanam hi sudurlabha bhagavata iloke. My dear Vaishnava, seeing a person like you is the perfection of one's eyesight. Touching your lotus feet is the perfection of the sense of touch. And glorifying your good qualities is the tongue's real activity. For in the material world it is very difficult to find a pure devotee of the Lord. Eta kohe kohe Prabhu Shuna Sanatan Krishna Bora Doyamoy Patita Pavan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, my dear Sanatan, please hear from me. Krishna is very merciful, and he is the deliverer of all fallen souls. Maharorava hoite toma korela udar kripara samudra Krishna gambira par. My dear Sanatan, Krishna has saved you from Maharorava, life's deepest hell. He is an ocean of mercy, and his activities are very grave. Sanatana kohe Krishnami nahi jhani amar udara hetu tomara kripamani. Sanatana replied, I do not know who Krishna is. As far as I am concerned, I have been released from prison only by your mercy. Kemone chutila bole prabhu prashna koila adyopanta sab kata teho shunaila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then asked Sanatana Goswami, how were you released from prison? Sanatan then described the story from beginning to end. Prabhu kohe tomara dui bai prayage milila rupa anupamo duhe brindavana gela. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I met your two brothers Rupa and Anupama at Prayag. They have now gone to Vrindavan. Tapana mishrere ara chandrasekharere. Tapana mishrere ara chandrasekharere. Prabhu Agyaya Sanatana Milila Dohare. By the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sanatana Goswami met both Tapan Mishra and Chandrasekhar. Tapan Mishra Tabitare Koila Nimantran Prabhu Kohe Kora Koraha Jahasanatan. Tapan Mishra then extended an invitation to Sanatan. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Sanatan to go get a shave. Chandrasekhare, Chandrasekhare Re, Prabhu Kahe Bolaya, Evesha, Durakora, Jaha Ihare Laya. After this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Chandrasekhar, and after this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Chandrasekhar and asked him to take Sanatan Goswami with him. He also asked him to take away Sanatan's present dress. Bhadra Koraya Tare Gangasnan Korala Shekara Aniyata Tare Nutana Bastradila. Chandrasekhar then made Sanatan Goswami look like a gentleman. He took him to bathe in the Ganges, and afterwards he brought him a new set of clothes. The words Bhadra Koranya are significant in this verse. Due to his long hair, mustache, and beard, Sanatan Goswami looked like a derive or hippie. Since Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not like Sanatan Goswami's hippie features, he immediately asked Chandrasekhar to get him shaved clean. If anyone with long hair or a beard wants to join this Krishna consciousness movement and live with us, he must similarly shave himself clean. The followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu consider long hair objectionable. Sanatana Goswami was saved from a hellish condition, Maharorava, by the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Maharorava is a hell wherein animal killers are placed. In this regard, this is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 5:26, 5th canto, 26th chapter, verses 10 to 12. Say Brastra Sanatana Nakoila Angikar Shunya Prabhurmane Nandapar. Of course, during those times, Srila Prabhupada was dealing with many persons who were in the category of what's here referred to as Daravesh, let's see. In fact, literally, let me see here if the word is. Daravesh literally what refers to those one sect of persons who they're like what we call, they do a lot of spinning, and there are a class of persons who sometimes join with us who also follow that philosophy of dancing and spinning, let's say, tumultuously. But in this case, so Prabhupada made a remark that at that time was perhaps more appropriate because many of his students were former hippies. So he said we find long hair and beard and mustaches to be objectionable. And here Mahaprabhu asked Chandrasekhar to shave off Sanatan's head and beard and mustache, because at that previously Sanatan was involved in the Muslim government, so he kept these features as did many of the other, because he was a Muslim. But now that he has joined with Mahaprabhu, he's asked to make him. He's told that Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu requests Chandrasekhar to give him clean clothes and to shave his head and beard. Say Bastra Sanatana Nakoilangikar Shunya Prabhura Mane Ananda Apar. Chandrasekhar offered a new set of garments to Sanatana Goswami, but Sanatan did not accept him. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard news of this, he became unlimitedly happy. Madhyana Koriya Prabhu Gela Bhikka Koribare Sanatana Loya Gela Tapan Mishra Kare. After bathing at noon, Mahaprabhu went to the house of Tapan Mishra for lunch. He took Sanatan Goswami with him. Tapan Mishra Puratana ek duty dila tehodui bahirbasa kopina korila. When Tapan Mishra gave Sanatan Goswami a used dhoti, Sanatan immediately tore it into pieces to make two sets of outer cloth and underwear, because Sanatan Goswami wasn't going to wear a new dhoti. Rather, he preferred used cloth, and he didn't use the full length of the dhoti, but he made it into what mendicants would wear, what Vaishnava mendicants would wear, shortened dhoti. Even sannyasis wear that. It's called bahirvas. So he made a shorter cloth out of that. Made two sets of outer cloth and two sets of kopin or underwear. Maharashtriya Dvije Prabhu Milaila Sanatane Sevipratari Koila Maha Nimantrane. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced the Maharashtrian Brahmin to Sanatan, the Brahmin immediately invited Sanatan Goswami for full meals. Sanatana Tumi Javat Koshite Rahiba Javat Amar Gare Bikan Jay Koriba. The Brahmin said, "My dear Sanatan, as long as you remain at Kashi, please accept lunch at my place." Sanatana Kohe Ami Madhukari Koriba Brahmanera Gari Kene Ekatra Bikalaba. Sanatana replied, "I shall practice the process of Madhukari. Why should I accept full meals in the house of a Brahmin?" So Madhukari refers to begging at many persons' houses for a small quantity of food. And Sanatanera Vairage Prabhurananda Par Bhota Kambala Pane Prabhu Chahe Bare Bar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt unlimited happiness to observe Sanatan Goswami's strict following of the principle of sannyas. However, he repeatedly glanced at the woolen blanket Sanatan Goswami was wearing. Sanatana Janila E Prabhurena Bhai Bhota Tyaga Koribare Chintila Upai. Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was repeatedly glancing at this valuable woolen blanket, Sanatan Goswami could understand that the Lord did not approve of it. He then began to consider a way to give it up. This valuable blanket was given when Sanatan Goswami met with Srikanta in Hajipur. Hajipur gave him this new wool blanket. Chintigela Gangaya Madhyana Korite Ek Gaudiya Kata Duna Diache Shukaite. Thinking this way, Sanatan went to the bank of the Ganges to bathe. While there, he saw that a mendicant from Bengal had washed his quilt and spread it out to dry. Tariko he orebai kora upakare ebota loya e kanta dehomore. Sanatan Goswami then told the Bengali mendicant, "My dear brother, please do me a favor. Trade me your old quilt for this woolen blanket." Seko he rahashakora pramanikahaya bahumuya bhota diva kena kantalaya. The mendicant replied, "Why, sir, you are a respectable gentleman. Why are you joking with me? Why would you trade your valuable blanket for my torn quilt?" Tehoko he rahasya nahe kahe satyabani bhota loha tumi deho mora kantakani. Sanatan said, "I'm not joking. I am speaking the truth. Kindly take this blanket in exchange for my torn quilt." Etabole kantaloiba bhota taridiya gangaira tai aila kanta galidiya. Saying this, Sanatan Goswami exchanged the blanket for the quilt. He then returned to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with a quilt on his shoulder. Prabhu kohe tomara bota kambala kota gela Prabhu pade saha kata gosai kohila. When Sanatan Goswami returned, the Lord asked, "Where's your woolen blanket?" Sanatan Goswami then narrated the whole story to the Lord. Prabhu kohe ihame koriache bichar vishaya roga kandaila Krishna jay tomar sekene rakibe tomar sesha vishay bog raga kandi shad vaidya na rake sesha rog. Mahaprabhu then said, "I have already deliberately considered this matter. Since Sri Krishna is very merciful, he has nullified your attachment for material things. Why should Krishna allow you to maintain a last bit of material attachment? After vanquishing a disease, a good physician does not allow any of the disease to remain." Tina mudrara bota gaya madhukare gras dharma hane hoy loka kore upahas. It is contradictory to practice madhukari and at the same time wear a valuable blanket that costs 3 gold coins. One loses one's spiritual strength by doing this, and one will also become an object of jokes. Gosai ko heje kandila ku vishaya bog Tarichaya Gela Mora Sesha Vishai Rog. Sanatan Goswami replied, "The Lord has saved me from the sinful life of material existence. By his desire, my last piece of material attraction is now gone." Prasanna Hoya Prabhu Tari Kripa Koila Tara Kripai Prashna Korite Tara Shakti Hoila. Being pleased with Sanatan Goswami, Mahaprabhu bestowed his causeless mercy upon him. By the Lord's mercy, Sanatan Goswami received the spiritual strength to inquire from him. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Tomorrow we'll continue. Hari Haray Nama Krishna Charavaya Nama Hari Haray Nama Krishna Charavaya Nama Charavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Charavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohan Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohan Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raghunath Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath H.I. Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan H.I. Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Jahoite Vignana Shabista Puran Shabista Puran H.I. Gosai Jar Mui Taradas H.I. Gosai Jar Mui Taradas Tasabar Pada Renu Mora Panchagras Tasabar Pada Renu Mora Panchagras Tader Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanibas Tader Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanibas Janame More Ambilas Janame More Ambilas Chai Gosai Jabe Braje Koila Mas. Chai Gosai Jabe Braje Koila Mas. Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash. Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash. Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan. Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majai Aman. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majai Aman. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas. Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas. Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamadas. Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamadas. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charyasta Tara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charyasta Tara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Rakakshidhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Sananta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Bharga Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunashi Jiva Gopal Bhadra Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsi Go Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vishvavarenya Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Madhacharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Sri Ram Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Sri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Sriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Sri Koladvip Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Sevashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Sri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Sri Radha Krishna Go Gopi Govardhan Sham Kunda Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Ju Ki Jai. Sri Purushottam Madam Ki Jai. Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Ju Ki Jai. Bhakti Vigna Vinashaya Sri Nishingadev Ki Jai. Bhakta Prabhara Sri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.